morning, welcome back to the supply chain management video class. So here in the fourth module we are going to discuss about the current trends by using IT, information technology and implementation of SAP. So current trends in supply chain integration. So how to build partnership and trust in supply chain. How does the Bullwhip effect works? How to forecast in the company, how effectively are going to forecast. Supply chain restructuring, how you are going to do. How you do supply chain mapping. IT in supply chain, Agile supply chains, reverse supply chain, future of IT in supply chain, how e-business have been carried out. So like all these things will be discussed. So supply chain integration happens when a firm is organized. Material and information have to go through multiple departments across internal supply chain, as each function is myopic in nature and is focusing on narrowly defined local performance. There are many inefficiencies and buffers at department boundaries. So there are two examples illustrated below. An electric machinery firm which has a marketing plant in Mumbai serves the southern market through a stock point in Chennai. The Mumbai plant shipped goods to the Chennai stock point once a month because monthly demand amounts to approximately a full truckload. Obviously, by shipping demand amounts to approximately a full truckload. So when shipping goes using full truckload, the plant is able to minimize transportation cost. It receives goods only once a month. The Chennai stock point has to keep highly safety stock to ensure a reasonable level of service to its customer. Thus, both Mumbai plant and the Chennai regional stock points have made so locally optimal decisions. A detailed analysis shows that how it will be optimal, and total transportation inventory cost will be low for the firm to ship goods to Chennai from Mumbai once a week. There is a trade-off between transportation and inventory cost. Individual departments choose to ignore this trade-off, make locally optimal decisions, resulting in a substantial increase in the overall cost of the system. Similarly, it is a split pump manufacturer firm. It has 30 odd varieties of pumps on the marketplace. The pump housing consists of a top housing and the bottom housing, and the exact size of the pump housing varied with each model. Machining of housing was one of the most critical tasks, involving expensive equipment and a significant amount of time. One of the critical operations in the machining of housing involved joint machining of both housing castings, one at the top and at the bottom also will be having one setup in the same model. So like this, different firms have got different experience about the transportation facility what they have to meet. So how we build the partnership and trust in supply chain. So for this, the bull effect I will come into picture. It discuss about the demand volatility and information distortion across the supply chain. So supply chain coordination improves if all stages of the chain take actions that together increase total supply chain profits. The chain coordination requires at each stage of the supply chain to take into account the impact of its its actions will have in other stages. Lack of coordination occurs because different stages of supply chain objective that conflict, or because information moving between stages is delayed and distorted. Today, supply chain consists of stages with many different owners. Some of the companies are Ford Motors. They supply thousands. They have thousands of suppliers from Goodyear to Motorola. Information is distorted as it moves across the supply chain because complete information is not shared at this stage. So today the fundamental challenge is to achieve coordination in spite of multiple owners and increase product variety. Many firms have observed that bullwhip effect, in which fluctuations is in orders increase as they move up the supply chain from retailer to wholesaler. Bullwhip effect distorts demand information within the supply chain, with each stage having a different estimation of what demand looks like. The result in a loss of supply chain coordination happens. Procter & Gamble is one of the company which observes the bullwhip effect in the supply chain. For Pampers diapers, the company found that raw material orders from P&G to its suppliers fluctuate significantly over time. Further down the chain, when retail sales at retail stores are studied, it was found that fluctuations while present were small. It is reasonable to assume that the consumers of diapers at the last stage of the supply chain use them at a steady state. Although consumption of the end product was stable, for raw materials were highly variable, increasing costs and make it difficult for the supply to match the demand. So here you can see in the bullwhip effect, demand fluctuations at different stages of supply chain. With respect to consumer sales, retail orders, wholesale orders, manufacturer orders with the supplier. So here it is not constant for each stage when it is taken with respect to the progress of time. So here you have to make a decision based on the fluctuation, what all it happens. According to that, you are supposed to work. So how to do forecasting? In the forecasting, there are 6 steps. Understand the objective of forecasting. Means for what sake you have to forecast. So you have to be alert with the product manufacturing facilities. You are supposed to meet the market demand. So further, here you are supposed to count with respect to the facilities what you have got. Understand and identify the customer segments. Identify major factors that influence the demand forecast. Determine the appropriate forecasting technique. Establish performance and error measures for the forecast. You have to understand the objective of forecasting. So when you want to make a particular decision, when you want to increase the production, you must have a very good forecast. Example, you use Walmart plans to discount detergent during month of July must be shared with the manufacturer, transporter and other involved in filling the demands, as they all must make decisions that are affected by the forecast of demand. Means in that month demand will be less, that's why discount is given for the promotion of product. So there will be a shared plan of action based on the forecast. Failure to make this decision jointly may result in either too much or too little production in the various stages of supply chain.